Hi there! Today I'm going to be talking about the film Far From a Madding Crowd starring Carrey Mulligan. Carrey Mulligan plays a young woman who finds herself in quite some fortune after the passing of a family member. And this completely changes her life. She moves from working on the farm with her aunt to basically owning a property of land. And she, being very independent, decides to take up this task on her own. She continually expresses she has no need for a husband. She finds herself eventually, though, being courted by three very different men. Mr. Oak is the farmer. He is more of an observant character, and he kind of sits by the sidelines and watches. He's almost the voice of reason for Bathsheba. And Mr. Boldwood, he's more nervous, shy, and frank, the younger of all three. He is someone that you could almost find yourself lusting after in a certain way. All three of the men represent vastly different lives that Miss Everdeen could live if she decided to accept their offer. Apart from being just a romance film, we see her grow as a character, and I'll tell you, there's so many times that I said, no, why? Why are you doing this? Why can't you do this? And she kind of makes many different decisions. Some you're going to agree with and some you don't want to agree with. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it, because she is a young woman, and although she's strong and independent, she's also naive in certain ways. It goes back to what the film is about, that it's not necessarily about a woman who makes all the right choices and who knows exactly what she wants and who doesn't make mistakes. You want a certain outcome for her and for the people around her, and the way it all unfolds is beautiful, I think. I've never even watched a film that starred Carrey Mulligan before. She is able to deliver chemistry that she's able to ignite with each character, regardless of how different they are, is quite remarkable. One person can't do it alone. So Carrey Mulligan definitely had a great supporting cast. It's quite obvious the decision that Miss Everdeen should make. It's kind of in front of her face the entire time. Apart from Carrey Mulligan, the one character that really kind of steals the show in a way is Matthias Schoenaerts. He's someone that doesn't need to say much to get his point across, and I think that's honestly what his character is about. He does such a wonderful job. The way he kind of just observes from the sidelines and the way the light hits his face. I have to say, this old romance can never really be beat. The gentry and subtle ways in which these individuals express their affection and how they build relationships and how they make these decisions in the time that they're in is quite touching. It's almost nostalgic of a time long ago that I definitely didn't live in, but I can imagine what it would be like before digital technology and modern dating has taken place. Not that that's bad. Another important note is the cinematography. It was just beautiful. The fact that most of the scenes took place outside in nature. I did do a quick wiki search to kind of see what the plot was in the book. The film is based on a novel from the 19th century by Thomas Hardy, and I found that there are some differences, if the wiki page is correct, on the plot summary, and they revolve on the development of the relationships between Miss Everdeen and the men, as well as between the men themselves. But there aren't drastic differences. Overall, the beginning, middle, end is pretty much the same. This movie was so wonderful for so many different reasons, and I have to say this is definitely in the top 5. Highly recommend you to watch it. If you have watched it, maybe find someone who hasn't, and then that way you can re-experience what you felt the first time around, if you agree with me that it was really good. If you've watched it, please feel free to leave your comments below. I'd love to hear what you think.